How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Patriot DIY channel. In this video, we're going to be making this epic hand-engraved thin red line flag. Alright guys, now I recently had the pleasure of making a thin red line flag for my local fire department to celebrate their 50th year of service. I'm a huge supporter of all of our first responders, so building and donating this flag to honor them was a no-brainer. Now I have already presented it to them, so I don't have it physically here to show you, but I do have several pictures. But I went with the waving flag design just like this one here. And I do have a full video as well as build plans on how to build this if you want to do that for yourself, and I'll link that in the description below. Now this particular flag involved quite a bit of extra engraving, and I do all of that by hand with a Dremel tool, and all of the shaping is done with a bandsaw and an angle grinder. So I do already have a full detailed video on the process of how to build this if that's what you're looking for. This video is going to be more of a show and tell and just showing you from start to finish how I created this hand engraved thin red line flag. So to all of our firefighters out there, thank you for your service, and let's get to work. I'm going to start with 8 2x4s, and I'm going to cut them down into 36-inch pieces. Then I'll take them over to the joiner and flatten one face and one edge. Then I'll run them through the planer, and I'm just taking off a little bit to flatten these so I can get a nice tight glue up later. Once I've prepped all my pieces, I'm going to use my wave template to draw out the wave on each piece. Now you can start at any position you need to on the template to create the look you want. Then you can just move the template down 1 inch for each of the following stripes. Once I've marked out that wave on each piece, I'm going to take it over to the bandsaw and cut them out. This will ultimately create enough stripes for 2 different flags. Once all those are cut, I'm going to lay them out in order on my pipe clamps and clamp them together. Then I'm ready to start shaping. I'm using a carving disc on my angle grinder for this. I will have a link to that in the description below. And right now I'm just knocking down all of those high edges. Then I'm going to go back with an 80 grit sanding disc and begin to start smoothing out these waves. Once I've done that, I'm going to go back with my random orbital sander and just keep working at this until I get a nice flow to that wave and get everything nice and smooth, eventually working my way down to 120 grit. Now while I still have it clamped up, I'm going to go ahead and start tracing out my designs. I'm using a variety of stencils for this, and I will have those linked in the description below. Now before I start staining anything, I'm going to go ahead and use my Dremel to start carving out this deeper outline for the Maltese cross that's in this design. Then I can pull it out of the clamps, being careful to keep them in order, and start staining each of these stripes individually. You can see here why I decided to carve out that outline beforehand so I can avoid getting any stain in the area where that Maltese cross is going to be. Once I've got all of my stripes stained, I'm going to go ahead and apply some wood glue to the sides and begin piecing it back together on those pipe clamps. I'm being very careful here to make sure I get everything realigned exactly how it was before. Then I just clamp it up and wait for that glue to dry. Once my glue was dry, I chose to stain the Maltese cross with this nice rich early American brown color. Now I can go ahead and get my stars stenciled on, and again, I will have this stencil linked in the description below if you want to get that for yourself. Then I'm ready to start engraving these stars. I'm using a variety of different sizes of engraving bits with my Dremel tool to accomplish this, first starting with the outline and then going back and exposing the raw wood and the interior of each star. Now I do have some text that's going to be on this flag, and I just printed that text out on my regular printer, and I'm using this transfer paper to transfer that over onto the flag. You just put the transfer paper under your design and trace it, and then once you peel it off, you'll see that outline on the flag. Then I can go back and engrave all of that the same way we did those stars. This attachment for the Dremel tool really helps out a lot with this process, so I have a lot of control and can really get a lot of detail here. Now I'm going to go back and infill that engraving with some black stain to really make it stand out in that Maltese cross. Now I just have a little more text to include in this design, and I'm going to do this following the same process I've already shown. Now with that and a few coats of semi-gloss polyurethane, we are done. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. The colors are great, the engraving turned out good. I'm really proud of the final product, and I feel honored to be able to present this to some of our local heroes. All right guys, that is it for our hand engraved waving thin red line flag. I hope you like this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you want to build one of these for yourself, I do have digital build plans that you can download, and I will have that linked in the description below. I just want to say a big thank you to all of our firefighters and first responders. Thank you for what you do. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.